the weaponization of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Get out your sake. This is part number 9. Okay, we're going to play a clip from the current movie that's out there on J. Robert Oppenheimer. The title of this video is The Oppenheimer Deception. Now, the producers or the publishers, whatever, of this movie, that's their title, Syncope. And I wasn't too sure of the definition of that, so I looked it up. Now, they spell it with a Y, but the other spelling is with an E, and I think they did that intentionally. But basically, the meaning of that word is fainting. It's the temporary loss of consciousness. Known as fainting or loss of consciousness. So that company that's making this movie has adopted a word that's descriptive of what they want you to do. They want you to kind of lose consciousness and allow them to fool around with your mind and bring about in your mind the story of nuclear weapons or atomic weapons. So let's watch a little bit of the opening, or this is called the trailer of the movie. Gives you a little summary of the movie.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charge.
We're in a race against the Nazis. And I know what it means if the Nazis have a bomb.
We have a 12-month head start. 18. How could you possibly know that?
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
Let's go recruit some scientists.
Build a town, build it fast. We don't let scientists bring their families, we'll never get the best.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
Why? Why? How about because this is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world?
You're the great improviser, but this you can't do in your head.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world? Chances are near zero. Near zero. What do you...
Okay, so anyhow, you got the idea. The movie just came out here. This is August of 2023. So, what I need to do is to take you to my other channel called Who's Who in Hoaxology. And I want you to know I took on this dude well over a year ago, but you can find my work there. Now I try to reserve that channel for unmasking the liars and showing you the actor-based reality. So the title of this video on that channel is No Atomic Bomb, No Atomic Dawn, No Atomic Bomb. Oppenheimer played by actor Robert Young. Now, I uploaded that video in several forms on that channel. All you have to do is type in Oppenheimer on my channel in the search box. And I think I uploaded it like 3 times in different forms. But anyhow, we'll take us on a little bit. I'll play this video for you, and I'll try to add a little bit more too.
How do scientists think by saying that they think a variety of things, and this is only natural? On the one hand, they hoped that this instrument would never be used in war, and therefore they hoped that we would not start out by using it. On the other hand, they hoped, or other people hoped, that it would put an end to this war, save countless lives, put an end to a butchery that had been going on for many years and had been marked by atrocities, concentration camps, murderous raids on cities, Rotterdam and Dresden and Tokyo itself. You ask yourself, would the Japanese government as then constituted, and with the bitter division between the peace party and the war party, would it have been influenced by an enormous...
So you've been listening to Mr. Robert J. Oppenheimer, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Now, I picked up this book. It was out of circulation, thank goodness. But as soon as I saw the book, I said, you know what? I think I know who that is. So I'm going to make a case for you.
And we can make life a little easier for the unfortunate ones already stricken. You've heard a lot about the 4 freedoms. We know they're worth fighting for. Well, let's add a 5th freedom. Let's fight for freedom from pain. For little Julia, for the thousands like her. Give all you can, as often as you can. It will be money spent for happiness. Thank you, Robert Young. This appeal is a part of the 1951 March of Dimes campaign.
Yes, I believe J. Robert Oppenheimer was played by none other than Robert Young.
Our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask questions one at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we begin it all with Arlene Francis.
Are you a performer in the picture business?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do my usual for you, the pic triumph, and it doesn't come up as high, but nevertheless it doesn't stop me. Okay, on your left is the character we know as J. Robert Oppenheimer, the so-called atomic scientist that helped to develop the atomic bomb, which never existed. It's nonsense. But you'd like to believe it. Oh, I did. Please don't think that when I do these videos somehow I was exempt from hoax history. I was not. I was fascinated by it. how an atom could be split, and then there's some type of powerful explosion. No, the only explosion that occurred was in your brain. The only thing that was split open was your skull, and they dumped nonsense into it. Because in the Greek language, the word atom means that which cannot be split. So it's double talk. It's nonsense. So J. Robert Oppenheimer, the nonsense maker, was played by, over here, Robert Young, the actor. Now, the reason that the meter doesn't come up too high, I believe, is because they've taken the cheeks of J. Robert Oppenheimer and sort of sucked them in, and I'll show you on the book what I mean. If you look on the book, you see the cheeks are kind of sucked in. So he's kind of missing a lot of the area around the cheeks to puff out his face. But if you puffed out his face more, it would match much better with the photos of Robert Young. So the whole atomic dawn is nonsense. J. Robert Oppenheimer, played by this man over here, actor Robert Young. The dates of so-called birth seem to match within a few years. The location seems to match of where Mr. Oppenheimer was and where Mr. Young was doing all his filming. He was in about 100 movies. He produced the famous television show he starred in the famous television show Father Knows Best. So he was given the TV Father of the Year award. So who's the father of the atomic dawn, atomic age? J. Robert Oppenheimer. He also did a movie called Marcus Welby, and that led to a television series. Well over 100 films, a lot of television appearances, and a lot of hoaxing, like I showed you during the polio scare to raise money. Again, all part of the hoax live system. J. Robert Oppenheimer, played by Robert Young. And that might be another clue that actually his first name begins with J, and even the title of this book is the biography of Robert Oppenheimer. But other places you have J. period Robert Oppenheimer. So that might be another clue. His first name Robert, same, nonsense, no atomic age, no atomic dawn, no atomic bomb. Anyhow, you got the point, so thank you for watching. End of video. Okay, now I'm adding on to my video. So the first part of this video I began, and I showed you the video I did about well over a year ago. But even the use of the word dawn, okay, is a sort of a reference to the sun god Ra, because you have the dawn, you have the sunset, and then you have in the background of this book, it looks like the sun or the ball, the flame, the so-called atomic explosion is like a round shape. Alright, so to try to add to this a little bit, this is Robert Oppenheimer on the Wikipedia. As I said on the video, if you look how they shrunk in his cheeks, they kind of sucked the air out of his cheeks. So he would not really look like actor Robert Young. Now, what do we have as far as date of birth? 1904. And Robert Young, born 1907. So usually if you can get a date of birth fairly close, you've got something. Okay, so we'll take this. This is Wikipedia. Never mind the date of death, because they can always kill off any portion of the persona they want. Whether to kill off the actor or kill off the one that the actor plays. But in this case, I do believe that Robert Young goes on, the actor, and Oppenheimer goes off. So it's kind of like on stage, off stage. So if you look at what I was trying to say, if you take Robert Young's cheeks and kind of suck the air out of them, you're looking at J. Robert Oppenheimer. Father knows best. Oppenheimer, father of the atomic age. Father of the Year award to the one who plays Father Knows Best. Do you get it? It's okay if you don't. By the way, you don't have to agree with all my videos. You can object, you can yell and scream, you can say you're incorrect. I don't really care. I just try to show you the things that I come up with. Now we're going to look at his acting career, and we're going to see that Robert Young has an admirable acting career that starts in 1928. So if we go into the war years, in and around the 40s, we see that he's quite an actor during World War II years. So he's very skilled during war years, and then still very skilled in terms of after the war, into the early 50s. Which means we are dealing with a highly skilled actor who can play out just another role. That is the role of Oppenheimer. So there's all kinds of things about Oppenheimer, and you can accept the official narrative. Oh wow, I just saw a ghost or a spook in the background on this thing. You can even see right here. This is the trailer, by the way. You can see right here the skull. The man who is the destroyer of worlds, Mr. Oppenheimer. Well, I'm going to destroy this world of fantasy.
1 from theory alone. 0 would be nice. This is a matter of life or death. I can perform this miracle.
Whoa.
World War II would be over. Our boys would come home.
Now, did you notice too, they always do that nonsense? Bob Hope was famous for that nonsense. Our boys? Think about it. It's an insult. They go and train and supposedly they're going to die for their country, and then you hear all these yo-yos reference them as our boys. They're mocking the men who went in uniform. Well, anyhow, you can see I get quite passionate about things, and I'm going to conclude this just to say Oppenheimer was nothing more than an actor, like Einstein was an actor, who was Larry Fine of the Three Stooges. Harry Truman was Jimmy Durante. It all was nonsense. But the nonsense is sold to you as history. And you get indoctrinated. You get brainwashed. Your perceptions are managed. And anyone who has videos like mine, we can get labeled with all kinds of crazy names. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. This is the end of the video.